I have a dream. Okay, someone else quite famous called Martin said that once, didn't he? So it must be that everyone called Martin has a dream. But we all know about Martin Luther King's dream. So let me tell you about mine. Okay, I want to create an online English gym, let's call it. A gym where, you go out and you train your muscles. I want somewhere where you can go and train your English, let's say, practice your English. But not only that, I want it to be a place where everyone is all right. All right is a lovely word in English. It means so much, okay? If you say someone is all right, for example, if you say to me, do you know Dan the Man? I would say, yeah, I know him. He's all right. And to say that in British English is a way to say he is a fucking brilliant person, okay? But we're too modest to say, oh, he's fucking brilliant. I would never say that about Dan the Man, would I? So we just say, he's all right, or she's all right. To give you an example of this, one of my friends once went travelling around the world for a whole year. He visited something like 40 countries or something like that. He came back, so I hadn't seen him in 1 year. And then I said to him, how was it? And he responded, it was all right. So I want to create a place, an online English gym, let's say, where everyone is all right. But let me tell you this. If you listen to Rock and Roll English, you think like me, okay? You enjoy stories about people's lives. You enjoy stories about poos, embarrassing stories, about getting drunk and doing stupid things. That's why you listen to the podcast. I'm sure other people listen to this podcast and think this is absolutely ridiculous, but you don't, because you are all right. That is why everyone in the Rock and Roll English family is all right. I've never met someone in the family who is not all right. And just so you know, someone who is not all right, in my opinion, is an idiot. So let's get back to my dream. I want to create this online English gym, the Rock and Roll English school, maybe we could say, but not just any boring school. A school that is all right. So instead of using textbooks where we listen to two actors reading from a script that somebody else wrote, we listen to real conversations between real friends talking about poos, sex, embarrassing stories, being afraid of dogs, just to name a few of them. And instead of, speak to your partner and pretend you are on holiday and order an ice cream. Go on, speak. You can be the waiter, you be the customer. None of that. In this Rock and Roll English all right school, it's more, okay, I told you my embarrassing story about when I fell over in public. Now you tell me a story about when you fell over in public. My dream is to constantly motivate learners in this online school, let's call it. Because that's the most important thing, isn't it? Motivation. That's why my Italian never improves. I've got it to a level where it's good. I want to improve, sure I do, but I'm just not motivated enough. I'm sure it's the same with you, with your English. Your English is good. I know your English is good. Otherwise, you wouldn't understand what I'm saying right now. And like me, you would also like to improve. We all want to improve, don't we? You've tried it, like me. Maybe you bought a book, you've tried to watch a couple of films, stuff like this, but then you stop because you lose motivation. It's difficult to keep motivation, isn't it? It's difficult to watch something like a film or a TV series, write the new words down that you learn, try and memorize them, then try and use them in conversation. But that's why in the Rock and Roll English family, I do all of this for you. I write down all the new words. I create flashcards so you can memorize the new words. Then I give you opportunities to use the new words. Because we have 2 rock and roll lessons a month, then there is the constant speaking and writing competition. So the truth is, my dream is already becoming a reality, because that is exactly what the Rock and Roll English family is at the moment. I share my crazy, stupid stories with you on the podcast, the normal podcast, plus the extra podcasts you receive. Then you share your crazy stories with me. and then get feedback on your language. But at the moment, this English gym, this rock and roll family is still quite small. For example, at the moment, there are only 2 rock and roll lessons a month online where we meet up and we speak, but soon there will be more. So that's why the price is still low at the moment. But in the future, it will increase. But that's the good news, because if you join the family now, you will always pay the same price. The price will not increase for you. This has already happened in the family. It used to be cheaper because before it was just podcasts, lots of podcasts, but now it's much more interactive. There are lessons, speaking competitions, writing competitions. I give feedback, so I'm much more involved now. And the best thing is, all of those old podcasts, those 600 episodes, you get them anyway. Plus the new episodes that I make, because that's another important thing, motivation. So by creating new content, I can keep you motivated. My job is to motivate you, to give you a kick up the arse and say, let's do this together, baby. So if you would like to be part of the family, if you would like to become part of a school that is all right, to let me motivate you and to share your crazy stories with other people in the world who are all right, then go to rockandrollenglish.com/family. Remember, membership is only open for a few more days, then it will be closed until at least next year. Okay, I will speak to you all soon, people, but in the meantime, just keep on rocking, baby.